If Druski can do whiteface, then why can't I do blackface? If he can paint himself white as a joke, then why can't I paint myself black as a joke?
Because you're not a comedian, my guy. You're not a comedian. Chat files, we here, big hair Reese. I am back, just speaking facts. Druski got these dudes, man. Then they got regular, everyday 9 to 5 people wanting to do blackface, man. Am I speaking facts when I say no? The real comedian, yes, but if not, no. Please make sure you subscribe. Subscribe is easy. Help me get to 1,000 followers. Watch this to the end. Shout out to O.J. Jackson. Back into it. Let's go.
1981, Larry Holmes was 37-0 with 27 knockouts. He was the WBC heavyweight title holder, the Ring Magazine champion holder, and the lineal heavyweight champion of the world. In other words, he had the right to the heavyweight crown, a claim that he had since 1980. But then there was another guy.
Who's this hater?
His name was Jerry Cooney. He was up and coming. He was a power puncher. He was 24-0 out of New York. And he had beat some pretty good fighters at this time. He had destroyed Ron Lyle, then Jimmy Young.
So I ain't know what it's about the guy.
He had a challenge in front of him. He had to beat former heavyweight champion Ken Norton, who had beat Muhammad Ali in the past, to be considered a serious contender.
That's Norton? He's putting Norton to sleep like that? Norton was snoring in the ring. How you let the boy beat you like that? You let the man beat you like that, my guy? Come on, man.
And in May 1981, that fight would come into reality. Okay. But what happened? He beat Norton's ass within 54 seconds.
Dang.
Woo!
Smashed him.
After this fight, there was
a
idea of
he Hulk smashed my guy. Look at
Jerry Cooney being the great white hope. And this is important for this video because there hadn't been a heavyweight champion since 1959 when Ingemar Johansson out of Sweden knocked out Floyd Patterson. So the world wanted to see this fight happen. And indeed, it happened in 1982. And indeed, that fight would happen on Friday, June 11th, 1982 in Caesars.
I seen that movie, Great White Hope. I like that movie. Shout out to Samuel L. Jamie Foxx was in that joint. That joint was popping. It's the same concept about the boxing.
Palace in Las Vegas. But before these guys started to fight, something interesting happened.
Defying decades of boxing tradition, the champion was introduced before the challenger.
Undefeated.
When they do that,
heavyweight champion of the world, Larry Holmes.
This was the first time in the history of boxing that a heavyweight champion was introduced before the challenger was, which showed so much disrespect to Larry Holmes. Not only that, they both got the same amount of money for the fight, which also signaled racism to Holmes' camp. But we all know how the fight ended, right?
Tell him how it ended.
Holmes knocked Cooney out in the 13th round. But you guys are asking, what in the hell does this have to do with Druski, right?
He's right, you know.
Like Larry Holmes in 1981, Druski is in his prime. He's the undisputed king of internet comedy. Nobody can touch him. Nobody can see him. He's on another level. There's Druski, and then there's everybody else. His skits are amazing. They're like sociological case studies that even sociologists themselves have not even thought about. Look at Druski's work with the NASCAR skit, or the Black Hebrew Israelites, or the megachurch pastors. These are all
Druski putting in work with his skit. Shout out to Druski, man. That Druski keep rocking, man. I know it's been facts while white America, man. They make fun of everybody. Everybody got the Druski smoke.
Brilliant. His comedy, while offensive, has a message to whoever who's watching. And that message is a hard truth. But his biggest skit today, in my honest opinion, was that about Erica Kirk.
He killed that. It wasn't funny, but he made his point.
Druski's skit really pissed off the right. Its traction on Instagram right now is at 94.6 million views.
Damn.
But this isn't the first time that Druski's skit pissed off somebody.
Druski did whiteface. It's funny, but it seems like people are saying if a white person did blackface, that it wouldn't be okay.
Only one way to test it out.
You see, this is Druski's NASCAR skit. And of course, he put on whiteface.
I don't think Druski thought about how he might have been opening that Pandora's box to come back around again. Or maybe he didn't think about it, and the people who've been giving him this money thought about it. Like, let's give him some money for a couple of years so he can do the whiteface. And then all of a sudden, we have hundreds of white people that we can get the money to do the blackface because it's cool when they do it, and it can't be a problem when we do it now. I don't know, man. That's a bad John right there. If that's how I go down. Let's get back to
Look who is here being critical about it. That's Logan Paul. You see, he's saying, yeah, this skit is funny, but would people be upset if it was blackface? Just stick with me. See, that is Logan Paul, famous YouTuber, who is the brother of, you guessed it, Jake Paul. Jake Paul knows how to get to the bag. He would do anything. YouTube, he'll box. I mean, he knows how to do a whole bunch of stuff. And he seems like he's super rich. He has no real interest in being pissed off about what Druski is doing. But there's a problem. Druski is just too big and too popular as a comedian and being black for anybody to say something about it. But there is somebody who wants to be that great white hope for Druski.
I want to ask you something because I've been, over the last couple of days,
I feel like if he do a skit of somebody black that matters, cool, do the blackface. But if you just do a skit of blackface of Sharonda in the hood or Waukesha at a job and trying to make, nah, bro. Now, yeah, it's offensive, bro. It's offensive. That's how I look at it. That's how I see it.
calling makeup artists, and I was gonna do a response to this and like go and do like the full on
Darker?
yeah, and do it and just do it back because why not?
Yeah.
Like, are we on the same plane?
Because you're not a comedian. You're not funny. It's not what you do for a living. You doing it in retaliation.
Field, like,
I think if there's a way to do it, this ain't gonna end well, this even this sentence. But if there's a way to do it, I've been here many times. If there's a way to do it, I think there needs to be some black support for the character.
See, Jake Paul wants to do what Jerry Cooney did many years ago, which is he wants to challenge Druski as the white guy to put black people in their place. Now, this has happened historically, especially in sports. There was Jack Johnson in 1908, who was the heavyweight title holder, and there was the former.
And that's cool. He could take on that challenge. Druski, right? We've been born on him. The jokes and satire back to back.
Former heavyweight champion James Jeffries, a former undefeated champion who came out of retirement to fight Johnson, and it didn't work out well. He also got his ass whooped.
Got him!
But at least in the case of James Jeffries and Jerry Cooney, they were boxers, which is interesting because Jake Paul is that.
I thought he was a boxer.
That's right. Isn't Jake Paul a boxer?
That's what I said.
Just like Druski is a comedian, and you know I really don't know exactly who you are. I don't know if you're the boxer. I don't know who you really are, but I don't know if you're a comedian or not. But I never heard of you, so I don't think you're a comedian.
You see, this is interesting. Druski is so powerful and he's pissing people off that you have boxers who are now fighting people coming into internet comedy trying to make a skit.
Right, Druski and his lane. Y'all dudes need to stay in y'all lane, man.
Because they have to be the great white hope. They feel because Druski is a comedian and he's doing whiteface and he's making fun of Erica Kirk, that somehow, some way, that gives them the authority to come after Druski so that they
You got to be somebody we acknowledge. Even then, we might, it depends on how you do it. Adam Sandler, Jim Carrey, Robert Downey Jr. Shout out to Tropic Thunder. Then you can do blackface. That's what you do already.
can make a skit of their own
Really
making
sensitive.
fun of black people. But see, there's a problem.
In actuality, it's a lot smaller than it might seem. What I'm trying to say is that whiteface and blackface are not comparable because only one of them has a historical context tied behind it. that being blackface. It
Right.
was used as a tool to dehumanize people, as a means of upholding a racial hierarchy that keeps one group at the top and another way down at the bottom. It wasn't just for the sake of comedy.
Right.
It was also used to reinforce the fact that a group of people were subhumans. They were inferior to us. They don't deserve equality.
Yo,
And that's why
just
it's
speaking
okay
facts
to mock
right
their features
now.
and just mock them in general. Whiteface does not have any of that. So even though both of these two terms, right, whiteface and blackface, they exist in a literal sense, only one of them is actually real.
Yeah.
And that would be blackface.
You see, doing whiteface has never been made to dehumanize white people.
Yeah.
But blackface has been made to dehumanize black people. And see, Jake Paul is saying that, oh, this is a time for equality now. I can go out and do blackface. Let me get my makeup artist to go out and show who I really am, because how I really feel.
Jake
And we
Paul,
already know that because
the wet
Jake
dude.
Paul checks all the boxes. He's a MAGA supporter. Brother already had a problem with the NASCAR skit. So now, here is Jake Paul's opportunity
He's a
to
noob.
come out and be the great white hope. He's going to stand up for white people. And since the black person did it, it automatically gives me the opportunity to do it. But whiteface has never been historically discriminatory towards whites. It just hasn't. And the reason why the skit went so viral was not because of the black community. It was because of all people. The skit was on point. It matched up exactly to how she behaves. It mimicked the way that she is on camera. It mimicked her mannerisms. So it really wasn't mimicking.
And it's all acting anyway. Only for all we know, Erica was acting. Man, we're going straight to the comment. Now, Jake Paul goes, Jake Paul actually drunk. He a bad John. Druski should do whiteface kid. Jake Paul commenting on blackface. Dude will be there, right? Jake Paul is a loser. They have been doing blackface for years. Nothing is new. Let the racists reveal themselves in a race and their racism and hate for everyone to see. Druski made fun of their actions, not color. I like that. He said that. Let's not make it seem like we're hurt. Nobody is talking about this on the street. Don't get him satisfaction he's seeking. He thinks BP are going to be crying and nah, we tough-skinned it, baby. We cool. Jake Paul's not a boxer. He cool, but he's a boxer. I don't really see him as a boxer. We learned, right? So I guess everybody said I am speaking fact. Jake Paul's a noodle. We ain't sensitive. As long as it's your lane, we cool with it. He can do blackface, better keep him when you go shopping, getting pulled over by the police, and keep your black face on, man. Big Reese, man. Trap files, yeah, just speaking facts. I mean, it is what it is. Jake Paul, what you mad for? I mean.